Hello guys, so this is the part 2 of our class. I hope you followed the part 1, all right, correctly. You followed the steps. If you followed my step, then you got it right. So for those that are seeing the second part, please check um, on the first video concerning our basic sketch. Start from that part before you get to the second part, because if you don't follow up with from the beginning, you won't catch up with the second part. Okay, so this second part is all about that inserting. We are going to insert our dot line. Okay, so we will be working with 1 inches as our dot line. So how is that achieved? Look at this here. This is what 1 inch. I'm just using 1 inch for our dots. Now this 1 inch is basic for everybody. All right, it's for everybody for now, for everybody. Now just watch this. Starting from this point here, this line, you see this point, you measure out 1 inches at the side. Or before we do that, so I don't confuse you, find the midpoint of your waistline. That's from here to here. Find the midpoint and put a dot there. So this is what I mean. From here to here, I'm having what? I'm having 7/7/8. 7/7/8 divided by 2. Just fold your tape into 2. Wherever you have, place it from the center front. Put a mark there. Okay? Then you do the same thing on the hip line. All right? So your lines will be straight. Now connect with your ruler. All right? Now you have your straight line. So back to our 1 inches. That 1 inch, which is this 1 inch, I'll divide it by 2. Half of 1 is what? 0.5. Now I'll be placing 0.5 on both points of this line. You see this line? I'll put 0.5 here and 0.5 here. So bringing them together will give you 1 inch. So you have 0.5 on this side and then 0.5 on this side, all right? Now, from this hip, because we can't bring our darts to your hip line, we have to move up by 2 inches, all right? Because your dart cannot get to your hip line. It has to stop 2 inches above the hip line. So just follow my instructions here. From this point, you measure up 2 inches and then put a mark. Can you see that? Yeah. Now, this is 2 inches above what? The hip line. We have now to connect the darts to this point. Just follow up with me, please. All right. Now, we have our darts. Now, this dart that we've removed here, we have to replace it back because we've minus 1 inches away from our waistline. So it has to be replaced. So this 1 inches that I took out from here, I'll replace it here. Okay? It's replaced. Now I'll connect this line down to the hip. All right? Good. Hope you are following up. Now, since this is our basic skirt, these skirts will be used as our front and back. And like I said earlier, is a quarter pattern. Now we have to differentiate the back waistline from the front waistline. Guys, it's easy. Just follow my instructions, okay? Now, the difference between the front and back waistline is 1 inches. Now, this is it. 1. This same 1 inches I'm working with. Come to the center front. From here, measure down 1 inches, okay? Now, use the midpoint of your dart. Find that midline, this line. Measure 1 inch there, okay? Now connect. Connect. Can you see what I'm doing? Okay. Now you connect from this C front to your midpoint, that line. You see that? And then slant your hand from this point to the side. All right, so now we've differentiated the back from the front. Now this remains our back waistline, while the 1 inch below is our front waistline. Okay, now we have to get our sewing allowance, which is very important when it comes to skirts drafting. That is, it's very simple. It's just 2 inches below the knee length. Okay, is it by 2 inches? So from here, come down 2 inches, 2 inches, connect. Okay, and then you do this. Now from this point, guys, from here, measure out to 8. What's my to 8? Just 2 points. This is to 8. Now, because of this metal, let me shift to inches number 2. Just 2 points. See, 1 and 2. Just these 2 points. Measure it out here. Okay. Now connect. And then, all right. So, what's left? The last thing is our zip dart. Zip darts. Our zip dart. How do you get the zip dart? Now, zip dart is 1/2 inch. It's the same for everyone. Okay. It's the same. So from this stop line, measure in 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch. Now, okay. Then come up by here. The same 2 inches. Now these two lines should align. It should be a straight line. Okay. Now, that's it. All right. So this is the end of our class. So draft yours and come on the comment section, and if you have any questions, I'll be so glad to answer your questions. So this is our basic skirt. Okay? So see you guys in our next class. Bye.